guys, it's Amy, and you have found Amy Loves Crochet. I really want to thank you for clicking on my video. I love when you want to come spend time with me and check out what I'm working on. So some of you may have known from previous videos that I was working or looking forward to working with this Mandala Tweed Stripes, but I could not find the right pattern for it. And it's just gorgeous. It's this horseshoe color. It's got these browns and these blues and these tans that all just fade as it goes. And I ran into issues. So I would put it away and try to take it out for a different project and put it away and take it out for another project. It is a thinner yarn, but it takes a 5.5 millimeter hook recommended. So I was trying to just find the right pattern. So one day I found this beautiful pattern and my mind just was like, okay, that's got to be it. It looks beautiful. I loved all the different colorway play, you know, the way that the colorway played out through all the different hats. And so I figured, okay, there we go. I'm going to make that. And so that's what you see here. This is done with a 5.5 millimeter hook, and it's really kind of big. The pattern that I followed, she went up to 72 stitches, and that's just, I just know that for a 5.5 millimeter hook for me, that's just too big. So I did stop at the 64 stitch point, you know, one round shorter, with the increases before I started to do the sides of the hat come down. And then it's got, you know, this great little ribbing around the edges here. And so you know, it's big, there's extra space in here, and she gave us the, you know, option to not do as many because of course you got to check your gauge, and maybe you want it to fit a little bit looser like this. So that's, you know, it's all up to you. So I had quite a bit of yarn left. So you know me, when I get to a hat point, I always flip over to my Ruby Steadman hat, just because that's what I have to compare. What I know fits right for me is a 4.5 millimeter hook for that pattern. And this one ended up a little bit smaller. I really enjoy the way this one includes some of the tan, and you just didn't know as you're working through what the colors are going to come out. So I really like the fact that the browns kind of came out, the tans for the band kind of section here. But it's still not quite, doesn't quite fit the way I like my Ruby Steadman hats to fit. And that has to do with, again, how thin the yarn is. Here's some of what I have left. And it is a 4. It does look like a 4, but it feels really a lot, very much thinner than a 4. But here's the way that one fits. And usually I like it a little bit longer over my ears. So if you kind of stretch it down to that, it'll fit like that. Kind of a bright turquoisey blue. It's called horseshoe, if I didn't say that already. So here's a really good play out of, you know, so we started in the center with this color, and it came out through to here, and then ended up, you know, starting up here and working down like that into the tans. And then I still had a whole bunch of yarn left. So the next hat that I worked on, and not knowing if I was going to run out of yarn or not, the pattern I'm going to link down below. I've shown you it before, and so let me go ahead and open. I'm going to put this little clip in here and show you a hat I've worked on like this before, why I wanted to do this again. So here's that. This is kind of a leftover from some hat projects that I was showing you guys. But the hat I started with, most hats start with a round. And this gal starts with, her name is Donna Creates. I'll go ahead and put it down below. And she calls it my go-to beanie. And so what she does is start with some singles and then halves and then doubles in your magic ring to begin with. So that, in my mind, that, you know, kind of gave it a spiral look. So for this hat, I did back loop only for them all. I thought that was so much fun. This is so different than just your standard. You know, they're just, are they half double crochet? Yeah, they're half double crochets, but doing them in the back loop only like that gave it this cute little ribbing. I loved it, especially since it came like a spiral from the top. I thought that was great. So playing with a little flower, tried to make it a little cuter than just a little plain hat. So this one will get put onto the vendor table. I'm happy about that. That was cute. So this is what I ended up with the Mandala Tweed. Look at how pretty. I love my little flower. So right at the end of the skein, there was just a little few rounds of the blue. And I could tell that I was going to end the hat here with the tan. And I really, really wanted this section of blue. So I snipped apart the end, and this little bit of blue is what I had left. So I was able to make the flower with this much blue, you know, yarn chicken of this much blue, which, you know, it is a little bit more than I would have thought, but you never want to start something if you don't think you can finish it with the colorways. But yay, I love that. So again, it's super, it feels really thin. It ended up, this is supposed to be, this pattern is done with bulky yarn. So the fact that it kind of still worked out with worsted weight and kind of what I feel like is really thin worsted weight. There is a bit of spacing in here that you don't get when you use the bulky. But I just loved it. I just loved it. So I wanted to see where I was going to end up with that. And I still have, where's my amount here? 30 grams left. And this skein is... it starts with 150 grams. So I got 3 hats and I still have 30 grams left. So quite a bit. It's a 5.3 ounce cake and it is 100% acrylic. I said it was worsted 4, 5.5, and horseshoe is the name. So I got this. Where did I get this? Did this come in? I think I was ordering off Hirschner's for the first time and saw this, and or it was definitely on clearance, because when I order online, I definitely go to the clearance. And so I think I was just looking for yarns that I hadn't used before. And so I grabbed one of this and one of this kind of thing. And I think that's where I got that. And then just could not find the right pattern to work with it. So this one, I might do another round if I was going to do this one again, just to get it to come down over my ears a little bit. But yeah, so those are the 3 hats that I got out of that skein. Yay! I think they're all very different looking. These skeins are worth it. I love it. Cakes, skeins, whatever. Okay, so then the other thing I wanted to talk about, a lot of you have loved the kitty hat that I wear, and I want to show you how simple it is. It blew my mind, so I don't know if you're going to already expect this, but what I did for this was you chain 60, and then into the 3rd stitch you do a double crochet and in each. So then you've got 59 double crochets then, and you do a chain 1 and turn, and then do a double crochet in the back loop only for that same stitch and every one after, and do that for the entire thing. And so this is a rectangle. Just imagine this is longer, the double the side, and then we flip it over this way and sew along this edge and sew along this edge. And then when you put it on your head, it just automatically puts those little kitty ears, because it's square and your head is round. Well, mine is anyway. So it is that simple, folks. It is that simple. I had seen them done in stripes. So I've seen this done. I've seen cat hats with horizontal stripes, but I don't know what that pattern setup is. I just know what I did because it was so easy. Chain 60, come back until it is the width that you want it. You know, put it up. Now that I've told you how it's going to work, put that to your head and see where it's going to fit, and keep going until it fits. And then leave your tails long when you tie off and sew up that side. And then there you go. Super easy peasy. I could not believe how easy it was when I made it. And again, boop, boop. They just happen to, that's just science. your square hat fitting on a round head that's just science. So, all right, guys. Okay, this is one of those videos where I laughed way too much. So I don't know what my editing is going to look like. So I'm just going to have a clean thank you and goodbye right now. I appreciate your time, guys, so much. I hope you'll stick around for the next video by clicking that subscribe button. And then there's a drop down for the all so that you get notified when I put out my next video, which is every 4 days as best I can. So have a wonderfully blessed day, you guys, and I'll see you again. Thanks. Bye-bye.